If you're a small service-based business owner right now that can't make any moves in your business right now because you have maxed out personal cards, you haven't been able to generate any revenue because you can't get access to more capital. You can't get access to more capital to hire more employees to take on newer projects. Your business can't move. Watch this entire video because we're going to be talking about a recent client win, how we helped him get just shy of $70,000 under his first round so that he can finally have leverage within his business. Okay, this stuff is so simple, and I'm going to be showing you exactly what we did. Now, if you guys don't know me already, my name is Daniel Dixon Jr., and I help small service-based business owners access 0% or low interest capital so they can scale profitably within your business. Now, if you guys haven't already, go and click the like button and go and click the subscribe button too so you get notified whenever I post and get notified when I'm dropping these gems and get more of these videos right out to you. So we had a recent client win. We got him just shy of 70,000, it's about 69,300, but we're going to call it 70,000. And this video is going to be pretty short because I'm not going to talk too much, but I see a lot of service-based business owners out there where it's like you're bringing in revenue, you know the exact vision that you have for the business, but every decision that you're making, right, it's coming out of fear, it's coming out of doubt, and everything is just not timely. And if you had access to capital right now, it's okay, I can make decisions off of data. I can make decisions off of a grounded state of mind versus, okay, I have to pull some, try to getting a high interest loan out of here, or I got to continue borrowing from other people. And it's just, that's just not how to operate a business. Okay. This client was going through the same thing because he had maxed out personal credit cards and he couldn't do anything. And essentially what we did was that we helped him consolidate the debt on his personal side and moved it over under his LLC. And just within about 30 days, despite the circumstances that he was in, he was able to get just shy of 70,000 just his first round. We're not even finished yet. And now he's able to, make the projects, develop the, hire the new employees that he's supposed to do and actually start to generate more revenue. And this business does over six figures. But it just goes to show you, just because you're running a six-figure operation, you don't know whenever capital, you're going to need capital for the business. So first thing is first, so you can kind of see the approvals that we got. Some of the approvals they were kind of low, but we ended up getting some bigger approvals with some other financial institutions. And I'm going to show you exactly what we did because this stuff is very simple. Okay, so in order to get this type of capital and the types of clients that we work with, okay, we're going to help you go to the traditional banks so you can access working capital. Okay, if you don't have a good credit, we still have other options and other lenders that you can go to. We call this alternative lending. So where they don't really care too much about the credit score, but they will be checking your bank statements. So as long as your bank statements are healthy, you're showing at least 20, 30K per month deposits within the last 3 months. All right, and your expenses and your deposits actually align with what you do, we can still get you that capital. But specifically, we're even talking about people, you want to go to the banks, you want to get prime rates, prime lending, you want monthly payment options. So for the requirements for this program, okay, it's very simple. We just because they're really going to go off of personal credit, and this client actually didn't have any liquidity, and they had maxed out credit cards. So because they didn't have any liquidity, and because they couldn't show any financials, everything that we did was essentially no doc or credit based. And the requirements that the banks are looking for up today is that they're looking for at least a 700 plus credit score, no derogatory, so no charge offs, no late payments, no collections, no bankruptcies, nothing like that. And if you have late payments, ideally none within the last 2 years. Some banks they don't want to see no late payments at all, but we have seen approvals to where we're getting people over 35,000 with a late payment they got like 4 months ago. Don't recommend it, but it is still possible. Next, they want to see less than 20% utilization on all your credit cards. And with this client, because he definitely didn't qualify. So I'm gonna show you exactly what we did to help him overcome that. But ideally, you want it between 3 to 9%. Uh, Not too much. You want to show a little bit, but just enough to show that you can utilize your credit. Next is that you want to have a minimum of 3 open revolving accounts and at least one installment loan. Again, this is the minimum. Okay, we've seen the best profiles that we've seen though. They're gonna have a mortgage, auto loan, installment loan. They're gonna have all these different credit cards, a personal line of credit. Like the profiles that look more beefier, of course, you're gonna get the way better results because you've shown the different variety of credit that you can handle with. Then underneath that, you want to have an average age of around 2 to 3 years. I see business owners all the time, like, and I say like they have a thin profiles where their average age is like 0.8 months, or they opened up a bunch of recent credit cards, or maybe they're making a lot of money, but they didn't really care about getting capital. So like the last 24 or 36 months, there's like no credit history. They've been reliant on cash. If that is you, you will not get access to capital. You will get denied. You need to show some type of credit history. And if you haven't, we still have ways to get around that. And then finally, less than three hard inquiries within the past 12 months. So if you've gotten business money approvals, you can remove those inquiries. But if you apply for a bunch of personal credit, right, whether that's credit cards, if you got some loans or a mortgage, and it's more than three accounts in the last 12 months, it's going to make your chances a lot more challenging to get approved because you will get denied for having too many recent inquiries. I've seen business owners get denied for this reason all the time. And the next thing we're going to talk about, like I said, he had maxed out credit cards. So the first thing that we did is that we got him a SoFi personal loan. He actually got approved for 52,000, but he was only 27,000 that he needed. So We got him a $27,000 personal loan because his personal loan was paid off. That allowed his utilization to drop, right, to that 3 to 9%, and that unlocks funding capability for him. And so once we did that, all you got to do at this point is literally find banks that are local to you and start with the banks that you already have relationships with. So I'm not going to say exactly where this client was from, but this client he was on the Eastern coast, so he's on the Eastern side. And the first thing I did is like, okay, I'm going to look at the exact banks that are near his area and see which banks that he already has relationships with. If you're a business owner, watch this, and if you're generating over 6 figures, you have over 10K plus deposits in one account. If you should have majority of your money running through one account, because that's going to help your chances substantially to get better results. But this client was already showing 6 figures through one account, but recently he hasn't been able to take on any clients because he wanted to have better systems and update his software and stuff, and also wanted to hire more employees, but he couldn't. Okay, he couldn't hire because he couldn't get access to capital, and he knew in order for him to grow, he needed the better systems. So what I basically did was I looked at the banks that are nearest area. I found a couple of banks near his area. Bam, got him access to capital. Like it's that simple. And a lot of business owners like you can leverage this website. It's called Bank Branch Locator. Another one too is like you can go to bank locally and you can actually see the banks that are near you within a 10 like any mile radius. Like whoever however far you are, you can put in banks that are near your area to see, okay, which bank can I go to and branch. And the key to this too is that you want to establish relationships. So the banks that we got good approvals from, you already had a great relationships with these banks. Actually, one of them was a relationship. The other one, they didn't require a checking account actually. So scratch that. One of his approvals was a bank that we already had a great relationship with. Okay, got in connection with the BRM, easy approval, just like that. And so with you guys as the business owners, okay, if you have maxed out credit cards, the thing that you need to do is you need to consolidate it. Okay, you can go to SoFi, there's Lightstream, there's Prosper, like there's a lot of these personal loans out there. Get the amount that you need to pay off the credit cards, and once that hits, now you can qualify everything under the LLC. And again, when we apply for this funding, yes, it was personally guaranteed, but it's personally guaranteed under his business. And if you're looking for EIN only funding, one to me that kind of raises a red flag if you're not already at the corporate level, because why don't you want to use your personal credit? Okay, like do you not want to pay it back? Right? So personal credit, as long as you get your personal credit right, even if you have no revenue, okay, you can still get funding. But the way that funding has been shifting within the past, 6 months, they want to see more liquidity. So another play that you can do is that if you don't have capital, you can get a personal loan. Now, the personal loan is going to allow you to, season some of these accounts if you want to, right? That is the gym, and a lot of people are actually doing this. Get the loan, season the accounts to establish a relationship and make consistent deposits. That is what they want to see. They want to see consistent deposits. So that's the banks that we tackle to. But even going throughout this whole strategy, you still got to know the data points. You got to still know exactly what to send the applications. You got to know exactly what to say to the banks. That is what we cover. That is what we cover inside of my program. It's called Capital Academy. So once you hop inside the program, it will take you from literally max out credit cards or unfundable to now you will be fundable and have at least $50 to $300,000 in funding so that you can have leverage and create more opportunities and have more control of your business versus being not in control due to the lack of capital that you have. Okay. And because this is low interest capital, this business owner can actually scale a lot more profitably versus taking out merchant cash advance because he had to settle for something that he couldn't get at the bank. So there's a lot of things here that we did. Just get the SoFi personal loan and just find the banks that are near you. There are a lot of banks where you don't need to have a checking account or be in the state. There's a lot of them out there, but the easiest way for you as the business owner, just find banks that are near you. Go inside the branch, go open up a checking account, establish yourself in the ecosystem, establish yourself in the blueprint, make some deposits, and then go apply like 15 to 30 days later. Sometimes you can apply right then and there if you had the financials, right? And that was something I want to touch on too. This client didn't have any financials, so we couldn't show any tax returns. We couldn't show any consistent bank statements. But if you have two years of tax returns that is showing a profit, right, and the net income you're showing a profit, and you have the bank statements that are healthy, they're consistent, you can literally open up a checking account, deposit some money, wait a couple days, and apply because you will get approved. You have a higher chance of getting approved because you're actually showing past previous history. And that is the ultimate number way that you're going to literally get access to capital. And you can literally walk into the branch and ask the branch manager, hey, we do this all the time, or sometimes I'll connect with different bankers. And I'm really asking questions, okay, what are the requirements? What are the requirements that we need to open up the account? How much liquidity you guys want to see? Which bureau do you guys pull from? You can literally ask the bankers this question. So you guys can literally do this yourself. But if you don't have time to do it, if you don't know exactly how to go do it, what you can do is that you can click the link below in the pinned comments. We can call to speak with me. We'll go over your situation, figure out where you are and exactly where you need to go, and develop and strategize a game plan, right, just to help you accomplish your goals and turn into the business owner that has leverage and that you can make decisions and be in control of your business with getting access to the capital. So if that sounds you, go and click the link below. And I'm looking forward to speak with you. But if you guys want more videos like this, let me know what you think in the comment section. Just leave a like, and if you haven't already, go and click subscribe once so you get notified whenever I post, and you get notified when whenever I'm dropping these gems. 70K win, take this client to the funding, and now he has leverage. So with that being said, again, if you guys haven't already, click the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.